Awesome. Well, let's take it over to the player intro videos right now.
Hey, I'm Michaelyan from New York. I didn't expect to get this far.
Michaelyan with the first ticket to the America's Cup.
I'm very happy I made it, very excited to be here. For yesterday and today, I hang out with all the players. It's really nice to know what they do in real life, their strategy in the game. It's really fun. I think I want to face Tiger because I really like him, to be honest. So I want to play against him. I think everyone who can get here, they all have their own skills, strategies. Everyone has a chance, I think.
Hi everyone, my name is Justin. My in-game name is JLN2. Advancing to the America's Cup, I didn't think I would be here in the top 8. There's no downside to this feeling. I'm the calmest player. You have to be pretty chill to play this type of game where luck can swing on a pendulum. It can be on your side and then it can be on the other person's side.
Oh, there's stuns everywhere. Everybody gets stunned up by that ethno.
One thing I'm hoping to gain is nothing external. It's an internal feeling of progression of myself and just seeing where all the hard work takes me and seeing where that stacks up to everyone else.
Earlier, we actually polled the audience on who they thought would win the next match, and it looks like it's a 50-50 split between Michaelyan and JLN2. Who just voted? Who was that? It's a 51 to 49% split between the newbies. Excited to see how this match plays out. It could go any way. Let's flip a coin and see who wins. But anything can happen in Summoner's War. So you guys give it up for those two guys as they prepare for their next match. But let's bring it back over here for just a second. We've got an interview. Tell everybody who you are.
Hi, I'm Christine, also known as Silverclaim.
And I understand you have some sort of relationship with Michaelyan. Is that correct?
Correct. I'm friends with Michaelyan, and I'm a coworker with him.
Oh, is he cool? Is he a cool guy?
Yeah, he's awesome.
Does he play this at work?
Yes.
Oh, under the bus. You didn't even try to lie. Sorry, Michael. We know your real tricks. So you play Summoner's War as well?
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about that. Are you a streamer of any kind?
I stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/Silverclaim.
And when do you stream so we can follow that?
EST time around 8 p.m. Tuesday, Wednesday.
Awesome. It's never the wrong time for a shameless plug. Do you have any words of advice for Michael going into this match?
Win or lose, the office still loves you.
But don't lose or you'll get fired. Sorry, Michael. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll throw it back up to the casters. Take it away, guys.
There's a lot at stake for Michaelyan, I guess, then. You heard it here, folks. Give a follow to Silverclaim. Thank you for all that. We got Michaelyan and JLN2 ready and waiting in the pick ban phase, so we'll find out who comes out on top. Stoic and make it a bud. Have some fun with this one.
Here we go, guys. Out of rag, but it's split. We've got Michaelyan, we've got JLN2, and there are the pre-bans.
Makes sense. No surprise there. Two of the most overpowered units in the game, both being pre-banned. No one wants to face those. Smart bans. Makes sense. No surprises there. Let's see if Michaelyan goes with that Hathor first pick. So we're actually going to see a draft that looks very meta-like because we don't have the LD units anymore.
Yep, there's the Ganny being taken by Michaelyan.
So Michaelyan goes with the Ganny, allows JLN2 to take that Hathor, and JLN2 does flash it and maybe decides to pull it back because Michaelyan may not have a Hathor actually. So JLN2 shows the Ciara and is thinking about maybe should probably commit to the Hathor, or could also throw in a Fran or some other Verd or some other unit that Ganny's not great against.
Yep, I mean, Hathor Ciara, it's not a bad draft. We could still see the Hathor here.
Yeah, definitely should. JLN2 taking his time, goes with the Lauren very early.
Interesting. Ciara Lauren on JLN2's side. Does Michaelyan have the Hathor or not?
Yeah, and Lauren, a unit that's popped up in the meta a lot more with the ability to defense break and slow. Not sure about it being so early. Michaelyan punishes it with a Verd and Water Monkey.
Yep, Verd and Water Monkey. I think that confirms it, that Michaelyan does not have a Hathor in there. Else we probably would have seen it.
So, exactly. And JLN2 has read that. Now takes the Hathor and takes an Aegir, which tells me he is not banning the Verdahile. And Michaelyan originally looked to be banning that Sierra with that Water Monkey King pick here, but now has to react to a lot of damage coming out from JLN2.
That's right, no immunity or sustain on Michaelyan's side. That's probably what we might see here on these last two drafts.
Yeah, and I think Michaelyan here really has to deal with either an Aegir coming into him or Hathor. So Josephine would have been great, but he's going with the Fran and a Jean.
Fran Jean wrapping up Michaelyan's draft here. Is JLN2 going to respond with an immunity, or is he going to deal with that the Jean in match?
So actually, Michaelyan's side's pretty light on damage here. The unit that enables Michaelyan's comp is that Vertihile, because it allows his team to take a lot of turns, which allows him to do damage. If he takes away Vertihile, there's no defense break, not much damage. JLN2 side's representing a lot more threat. I would love to see a Daphnis to snipe a unit, but goes with an Amelia here.
Yep, safe pick and then Amelia. Amelia is definitely going to be the counter to that Jean. Jean's being let through. Could be seeing a ban going on to that Fran. The only immunity that he has up against that Ciara.
So Michaelyan's side has heals and sustain, and JLN2 side does not. That Vertihile needs to be that ban, because Vertihile does a lot of things to the other side. Does not ban the Vertihile. I think JLN2 may regret this.
Oh, we see the bans here. Fran's gone, Amelia's gone. No immunity left on this field.
Actually, JLN2 looks to be in a good spot to snipe something out early with that Lauren, Ager, and Ciara here. Michaelyan, again, I don't think he should have banned the Amelia either. But either way, there are the bans, and we'll see what happens.
Yep, speed lead coming from JLN2. Resistance lead coming from Michaelyan. We're definitely going to see JLN2 taking first turn. Here we go, guys. And we have a JLN2 first turn with the Ager.
That's a very fast Ager, likely to be on Swift here if it moved in front of a Ganymede and that Swift Water Monkey.
Ooh, gets resisted. Vertihile remains with his immunity up.
That's a giant resist there. He needs to strip this Jean and have Hathor sleep, but I don't think it's happening.
Does get the strip and the defense break onto Vertihile. We're going to see everybody go to sleep here, except that Jean.
That is not a great choice of strip onto the Jean, because now, or not stripping the Jean, because now Jean can revive a unit. I think JLN2 needs to take out this Verd.
That's right. We do, yeah, honestly, he had to set that off because he's just going to be cleansing that bomb up in the defense break. There it is.
And I think JLN2, as you said, definitely should have set that off, because that bomb did absolutely nothing. Michaelyan is now in a commanding spot because JLN2 is completely two-turn provoked, and you have a Verd running crazy on your team.
Yep, Michaelyan choosing to tag it out. That Lauren, Ager's up here, probably to deal more damage onto, no, goes onto the Jean now.
Goes onto the Jean, does not want to take out the Verd. The Verd is what is enabling Michaelyan's team. I think JLN2 needs to address that threat right now.
That's right, resistance lead showing itself here. No defense break coming from Lauren onto that Jean.
And actually, Michaelyan does have a Water Monkey coming up that has the ability to stun, and we've seen it in the group stages do a lot of work. It's a scary unit.
Ooh, no AoE stun, but we do have the Lauren and the Ager getting stunned up here. Michaelyan continuing to focus out that Lauren.
And Michaelyan's in a commanding spot. This Verd is able to do a lot, enable his team to do a lot of damage right now.
Yep, we've got a bomb coming out. Does he choose to put it on the Jean? Moves it onto the Ganymede this time. Really changing a lot of targets from JLN2.
So JLN2 not perceiving the Verd as a threat at all, and decides to go on the Ganymede. So he detonates that bomb, but is not able to kill the Ganymede.
Yep, got that additional turn. Lose up a little bit of attack bar, trying to take out that Ganymede right now.
And no procs on JLN2 side means that Michaelyan is going to be able to swing the momentum in his favor and likely take out one, if not two units.
Ooh, that is right. Getting that stun onto that Lauren. Lauren's looking low right now. Finishes off with that Water Monkey King. Ganymede's up, getting that reset onto Hathor, dumping attack bars.
Yeah, and at this point here, JLN2 can play no hands RTA and walk away because he's out of this match. It is over. Michaelyan's got two-turn provokes and a Verd on the table. It's done.
Not getting any of those stuns there, but those two-turn provokes still looking strong.
Michaelyan again, this Verd is just doing work, enabling those cooldowns to come up over and over. JLN2 did not respect the Verd and is punished for it.
That is right, trying to deal more damage to Ciara, trying to eliminate that unit first. Getting the additional turns, no more provokes onto the Ciara, but provokes are right back up. Big resistance by that Ciara.
And but however, that Verd does move in front of that Ciara, so that's still more damage that Michaelyan's gonna pump in.
Yep, that is correct. Sean punishing that Ciara, getting that first turn stun.
Ganymede, if that Ganymede procs, it's also game over.
Looking to get any procs at all coming from JLN2. No dice coming from him. Vertihile looking to finish off this Ciara. Not looking good at all for JLN2.
Not looking good at all for JLN2, but looking great for Michaelyan. Michaelyan in a commanding spot here. JLN2 has 2 units left. They're CC'd. It's pretty much game over. He's nodding his head. He agrees that it is game over.
Yep, JLN2 thinking about next match, how to draft against Michaelyan so that something like this does not happen again.
Yeah, and at this point here, Michaelyan is moving very quickly, not letting JLN2 have that time to think, working down these units.
Definitely a good idea. JLN2 concedes. Michaelyan taking round 1.
Michaelyan already at game point in this best of 3, out CCing the Hawthorne on the other team. Now JLN2 committed too hard while also somehow not committing enough to killing that Verd. I guess he valued the sleeps over the potential kill on that Verd. What do you think was going on there?
I think it was a little bit of a misassessment of threat there. I think the Verd is really what enabled Michaelyan's team to slowly be oppressive and do damage over time. And I think JLN2 wanted to take out a Ganymede, which typically is a strong unit, but in that matchup, that Verd really allowed Michaelyan to get so many cooldowns.
Yeah, you can see JLN2, he was really bouncing around to like different units to who he was trying to focus out. So you could see that he lost a little bit of focus, but then ultimately it was just controlled by that Jean. And we've said it before, when Jean is drafted, Jean is strong.
Exactly, and you know what's exciting about this round coming up? We're gonna see Arda Rag, 2 of the most overpowered units in the game. My co-caster Stoic knows exactly how strong these units are, so we are gonna see them come and play here.
There's the Fran getting pre-banned by JLN2. Michaelyan pre-banning the Hathor.
Yeah, Michaelyan did not have that. Hathor needs to pre-ban it here, so this actually favors Michaelyan a little bit. Michaelyan will need to ban that Ragdoll, though, if he intends to bring Artemel.
Yep, JLN2 locking in Ganymede first.
JLN2 with the safe pick on the Ganymede. I would like to see a Vertihile early from Michaelyan, actually, because Vertihile is a good unit, and there's no Fran on the table, so that's exactly what he takes. Good picks.
That's a really good idea there. Ciara Vertihile starting out Michaelyan's draft. JLN2 looking at the Water Monkey King.
Yeah, an interesting pick on the Water Monkey King so early. It's slightly weak into Ciara. Not exactly terrible, but it's not exactly great, but does well against Vertihile, and at the same time, Michaelyan does not have immunity. So makes sense on that pick, but maybe a little overcommitment if Michaelyan decides to go with more wind units.
It brings in the Lauren as well.
Yeah, and actually good take on the Lauren here. Lauren will allow that Water Monkey King to be able to snipe a unit out. At the same time, prevents Michaelyan from being able to combo off with a Verd and a Lauren together. But where are we going to see the LD units? That's exactly what I'm looking for. So I anticipate Michaelyan should take this broken Artemel at some point. Shows the Ethna, which is a great pick into the Water Monkey, and chooses to go with the Aegir.
Brings in the Aegir. Ethna Aegir has the defense break. A little bit of control coming from Michaelyan.
And we have to see the Ragdoll coming out from JLN2. That unit is too powerful and it's too good in this draft where everything crits on Michaelyan's side. So we will see that Ragdoll. The question is, what is that 5th unit that JLN2 is going to pair with it? It could be a Diana, it could be a Triana, it could be some sort of unit that allows him to come back. Maybe even an Okeanos would be a great pick here.
I would like to see a little bit of support coming from JLN2 with that Ragdoll as well. We see the Antares.
Actually, I would have loved to see that Daphnis if it was fast enough. That Daphnis would have ended a unit on Michaelyan's side because that Ragdoll is a force man, and Michaelyan would have lost a unit off the bat. Said JLN2 wants to pray to the Despair Gods and brings in that Antares.
And there it is, we see the Ada, but the Ada's the last unit being drafted on Michaelyan's. I think JLN2 was prepared for the 4 units that he saw before. We're definitely gonna be seeing a ban on the Ada.
Yeah, we're gonna see a ban onto Arda and Ragdoll here. We're gonna see a very standard matchup between the 2 teams here, and JLN2 actually has a lot more burst on his side, but we'll see what the resist looks like.
Ooh, we get a ban onto Ciara, instead removing a speed lead from Michaelyan's team.
Actually, this Lauren here can keep the Artemil locked down, so that's not exactly that ban makes sense from JLN2 side here, taking out the bombs and taking out that speed lead. So we'll see how good this Artemil is.
Yeah, crit rate lead for Michaelyan, accuracy lead for JLN2, and I know firsthand that Lauren's gonna be real dangerous for Michaelyan. Let's see how this round 2 plays out between the 2 of them. We've got Vertihile taking first turn for Michaelyan.
And that is a swift Will Vert, so I expect JLN2 to notice this and to start funneling damage into this Vertihile.
Already, we have Antares doing Antares things. Are we gonna see a second skill? Maybe get some Despair stuns onto the field? No, goes to the first skill to deal some damage to that Ethna.
Interesting choice. I would have liked to see a second skill, but I guess he throws the slow onto the Ethna. Ethna's gonna recover a lot of attack bar and shake that off real fast.
Yeah, recovers a lot of attack bar. No defense breaks go on the field as well.
Yeah, unfortunate. No defense breaks goes on. This Aegir's actually doing a lot of damage.
Oh, we get another cut from Antares. We're seeing Antares do Antares things already. Chooses to go with that first skill to get that Despair stun on a Vertihile.
Yeah, exactly. Antares doing a lot of work. This is why Antares is brought in. It's to play the RNG game, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, Michaelyan knows one of the big threats is removing that Lauren from the field. Big stun onto Ada, Aegir, and Vertihile as well. We get that additional turn with that Water Monkey King.
And JLN2 making the correct threat assessment, going after the Vertihile. This is quite a tanky Vertihile or a very weak Water Monkey King. Either way, this Vertihile is still alive.
Yep, Ganymede's gonna seal a magic. That Ethna dumping attack bars on everybody except the Ethna.
Yeah, Ethna and then Aegir took its turn. Now the Antares procs for a 3rd time this game.
That's another turn from Antares.
JLN2 is actually in a very commanding spot here. He's got a lot of health, he's got a lot of damage going on. Michaelyan on the back foot.
Another stun out onto the Jaeger.
Yeah, in order for Michaelyan to come back, this Antares needs to never proc again. He's in a rough spot here.
Oh, that's tough with the RNG of this game. Antares is probably going to come back again. We see more damage coming out on the Lauren. That is a beautiful proc coming from Jaeger. Can he finish off that Lauren? And he does so.
That's a giant proc. Again, finishing off that Lauren, but that Water Monkey just doing a lot of work there, stunning 3 units.
I know, stunning up that the Yada as well. I mean, I'm wondering if there's a lot of resistance on it or not.
We're not sure.
Another turn coming from Antares. That is why that unit is so good. Taking out 2 units. Man, Michaelyan needs to drop that unit.
That Antares is so good. It's like a Nat 6 unit. It's procced 4 times this game.
Another additional turn coming from Water Monkey King. Water Monkey King stunning up Ada.
Yeah, Michaelyan's Arda's not going to be able to solo this. JLN2's got this in the bag. Just needs to drop that Aegir, and he's got this.
Another stun going on Ada.
And he's got
that
alter
third
ego attack.
He can finish off that Water Barbarian King right here. And he does so. Ada cannot solo these 3 monsters.
It's not going to happen here. Michaelyan's taking his time thinking about how we can come back in the next game. Because again, this Artemel, while it is overpowered, is not as good as 3 units combined.
That is correct. See a reset onto the skills of Water Monkey King, looking to deal more damage. He chooses to go for 2nd skill. No, goes for the 3rd skill to deal more damage to Ada.
And JLN2 looking very unimpressed at this Artemel here. Knows he's got this game in the bag. Michaelyan's scratching his chin, very puzzled at how he lost, and he's thinking about how he can win the next game.
No stun onto him there. Can we get a Despair Stun? No Despair Stun. No Despair Stun coming from Ada as well. Glancing, staying strong on Ada.
Arda doesn't even have heal up, and unless it lands stuns on everything, he's got no chance.
It's got full passive. It's had full passive for a while now. Just not dealing a lot of damage, especially with those consistent glancing effects on Ada. Oh, another additional turn, and that is going to finish off. Oh, does not finish off the Ada, and here it is. Now finishes off that Ada. JLN2 taking round 2 from Michaelyan.
JLN2 putting a point on the board, and now we have a fight in round 3 for who moves on to take a slot at the semifinals. Stoic, that Lauren has been so prolific. As an Artemio user, how do you deal with them?
Oh, I try not to deal with them.
Try to
That's
ban
something
them.
that I have a high ban rate on are those Laurens.
But you know what's more prolific? It's that Antares. That
the Antares was an
did so
MVP,
much.
dude.
With 4 turns, proc, it was over. Michaelyan could not sustain that much. It just did too much damage. So we'll see if maybe he can take the Antares this match and swing RNG in his
There
favor.
were 3 MVPs on Taurus, Lauren, and the Water Monkey. We'll have to see if one of them can adapt properly. Michaelyan and JLN2 are in round 3 of match 3. Take it away, guys.
Round 3 of match 3. We see the Hathor, we see the Fran bans before, and we're probably going to see both those LD units pre-banned again.
So we're definitely going to see the LDs pre-ban. The question, though, is that JLN2 knows that Michaelyan does not have the Hathor. So how is JLN2 going to build his draft around that Hathor, knowing that Michaelyan does not have that? Obviously, the 2 LDs are the pre-bans. Both players are thinking deep into the drafts now, probably thinking about how he could prevent that Water Monkey from going off, how he can deal with the Antares. You know, what are the different 3rd, 4th, and 5th picks you should take? You have 60 seconds to burn, and that's exactly what they're doing right now.
Yeah, most definitely. They want to think about what they really want to remove here. Is it going to be the LD units, or is it going to be something else coming from these 2? No, there it is. The LD units are getting pre-banned here.
Yeah, we know it's the LD units being pre-banned. They are very strong, very powerful. You own both of them. You know how strong they are. They are definitely going to be the pre-bans here. Michaelyan's probably going to take the Ganny first, as we've seen in the first game.
Definitely going to split the Ganny Hathor. There's no way one of these 2 are going to let each other have both.
Yeah, and he has to take that. JLN2 has an uncontested Hathor. JLN2 will probably be taking the Sierra. Will not be taking that Hathor until the 2nd round of picks, as we saw in the 1st round. So we may see a similar repeat of picks from the 1st game here.
Like a Ciara Verdi heal coming from JLN2.
Yeah, actually, I would like to see a Verd coming out. Verd is quite strong in the Ganymede because Ganymede doesn't really have the ability to reset a Verd, and Verd allows a lot of turn cycling. So obviously, JLN2, I think that is a very key unit that JLN2 needs to focus on.
Ooh, brings in the Water Monkey King. We've seen it early picked before. It did not work out too well for them.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the Water Monkey King so early. It really opens JLN2 up to Diana's. It also opens him up to Fran's. So if Michaelyan were to drop something like a Daphnis and a Fran and threaten that Sierra, that Water Monkey King does absolutely nothing. So Michaelyan going with the Fran Vertihile, 2 very good picks here.
Yep, very good draft. I like Michaelyan so far. Let's see what JLN2 can respond with.
I think JLN2 needs to take a Daphnis or some way to threaten a kill off the bat from Michaelyan. So it's either a Lauren or a Daphnis or both. Some way to say that Michaelyan needs to force ban one of those because an instant kill is a big threat.
Yep, showing the Aegir as well. Definitely letting that Vertihile through for sure at this point. Brings in that Hathor.
Goes with the Hathor, no surprise there. The Aegir's an interesting pick here, but again, Michaelyan has not taken wind, so it makes sense to be able to just double down because unless Michaelyan goes 2 wind units, I mean, Aegir Water Monkey King is a lot of work, a lot of damage here. Michaelyan's actually in a really weird spot. I think Josephine has to be a pick, given the fact that it's very good in the Water Monkey King and Hathor. And again, Diana's a very key unit, and that's exactly what he's gone with.
Yep, shows that Diana, that Water Fairy. We're definitely going to be seeing that Antares come from JLN2. It worked well for him last time. Why not bring it again here?
And Michaelyan right now is signaling a ban on the Sierra. When you're taking a Lucia in here, you have to ban the Sierra, otherwise the Sierra just eats your Lucia alive. So Michaelyan is laying out his ban early, and I think JLN2, if he were to lay down a Daphnis, that has to be a force ban because that Daphnis is going to it would need to be a force ban, but he's intended to ban Sierra, so that'd be a great pick because Daphnis threatens a kill off the bat.
JLN2 looking at the Lauren, and he selects that Lauren.
Yeah, and if that's the case here, then Michaelyan clearly needs to ban the Sierra. I think a Daphnis would have worked a lot better for JLN2, and exactly, that ban on the Sierra makes sense with what Michaelyan has been positioning for.
Yeah, I might favor Michaelyan's draft here over JLN2.
Yeah, especially if that pony can proc even half the number of times that we saw Leisure Wise proc. That's going to go crazy here.
We're going to find out.
And actually, JLN2 also needs to snipe that Vertihile off the bat because if it gets too many turns, you know, we could see this Vert take over. And let's see how many units are on Will as well because this Hathor could go unchecked.
That's right. Accuracy lead for Michaelyan, resistance lead for JLN2. Here we go, guys. We got round 3 between Michaelyan and JLN2. Winner moves forward. We've got Ganymede taking first turn, looking to get a Seal of Magic onto the Hathor, not reducing the attack bar of Hathor.
Yeah, but JLN2 not believing in Will Runes, did not learn from the group stages, gets reset on the Hathor, so the Ganymede did a ton of work there.
Ton of work there. Does land that 2-turn sleep onto that Lauren.
And a 2-turn sleep on Lauren means Lauren's useless for the entire game, especially when you got a Vert on. Means your team's going to take 4 turns while they take 2, and this Diana is going to chew through the water units of JLN2.
Yep, gets that attack break onto the Water Fairy.
Wow, and a little bit of an interesting transform there because that Water Monkey King would have cut the Diana, but...
That was a ton of damage, but it was able to Vile proc out. Can we see a second skill? Can he stun everyone?
He's gonna need this to stun everyone.
Oh, he does get 2 stuns, though, onto the Ganymede and to the Water Fairy.
And when this Diana goes again, that is the end of Water Monkey King and the end of JLN2's chances to win.
Maybe. We're going to find out. Can the Diana finish off this Water Monkey King here?
I don't think it will, but it's going to come close.
Oh, it did. We saw a ton of damage coming from that Diana. We can see a third skill coming out on to Vertihile.
And that's not a lot of damage on the Vert. That tells me this Aegir does not do enough damage. He's not going to have enough burst to take this Vert out, and this Diana is going to destroy this Aegir before he has a chance to take out Vert.
Definitely is. He needs to do something about that Diana. No additional turns coming in here. He can just reset. Or he chooses to put glancing onto that Barbarian. Yes, he does. He does do the glancing.
Yeah, and at this point here, he does put a glancing on the Barbarian King, but it really doesn't matter here. This Diana is just going to ride. Michaelyan's going to ride this Diana into the next round. JLN2's shots of winning are very low. I mean, this Diana does not need a single proc this game.
And we saw a ton of damage already onto the Water Monkey. Let's see how much it does to the Jaeger. Not a lot of damage here, but we knew he was attack broken.
Yeah, his attack broken, not a lot of damage, but this Vert is moving in front of the Hathor. That Lucia has heals. I mean, Michaelyan's in a great position right now.
That is right, boosting up attack bars right there. We could cleanse and boost up the Vertihile, and he does so. We're gonna see glancing probably being reapplied. No, resetting the Water Fairy.
Makes sense. He just wants more heals, plays very conservative because that's how far ahead he is. JLN2's Aegir needs to proc a lot, but it might be on Swift, so it might not have the ability to proc.
Yeah, JLN2 taking his time here. He wants to make sure he's doing the correct moves to possibly pull this one out.
And that Aegir has glancing, did not do a lot of damage to the Vert earlier, so without a lot of damage, this Lucia has heals up again. JLN2's in a rough spot.
Definitely is in a rough spot. He needs to remove this Vertihile and then move on to that Diana. We see the turn getting cycled with Aegir. Continuing to work down that Vertihile.
Ganymede should just be pumping damage into the Aegir. Once the Aegir falls, Michaelyan's gonna just take over the game, but it's pretty much already over. He's got a 2-turn sleep coming out.
Needed that sleep onto the Lauren. No defense break for him to possibly capitalize off of.
Again, this Lauren not on will runes off the bat. Got reset, did nothing this game here. This Aegir is not going to do enough damage. This Diana is going to take apart JLN2.
Yeah, JLN2 focusing out the Diana, not choosing to boost up the passive on that Diana.
However, if this Hathor does happen to proc, it will be able to sleep the entire team. Does not do so.
No proc there. We do have an attack break on a Diana, so not going to see the maximum damage coming from this unit, but he is going to be focusing out either that Hathor or the Aegir and chooses to go for the Aegir.
Yeah, and at this point, Michaelyan could honestly stay in human form, get that pony. That's how far ahead he is, but chooses not to do so.
Seal of Magic comes out, dumps those attack bars. He can heal and cleanse up that vertical. Gets that additional turn as well. Stuns up Aegir. Not looking good for JLN2. And that is going to be a JLN2 concedes. Michaelyan moves forward.
Congratulations to Michaelyan for that awesome win. That sleep on Lauren was oppressive.